You're watching Amakosi for live, and it's Maritzburg United who have been knocked out. The Kaizer Chiefs, Amakosi, the mighty Amakosi, have won their first game of the season, 2-1. And Gavin Hunt's first game in charge ended in victory. We're delighted. I've got Matabo here. How are you doing, my brother?
Look, I'm over the moon, but also kind of concerned as well. So I'm 50-50. Yeah, I'm first half, I wasn't happy at all.
Yeah, just get into the game. What do you think of the game? Tell me what you thought. So, from the game of, they say a game of two halves, and there were two very different halves. What do you think about that?
First half, it was horrible. I was like, why are you guys playing a high line? Why are you playing a high line? Maritzburg, they've been punishing us consistently. They know that if we go up high up on the pitch, they are going to easily counterattack us. And that's what happened to Mela got his goal.
Yeah.
And then the midfield, there was no cohesion. I could see a Gay giving away balls. Bacchus was not himself. And I was like, I don't see us winning this game. I'm hoping Gavin has seen the first half and said, you know what? I'm taking certain players off because they're not doing the job. Second half came in. I see my boy, Blom, come in. Slowly coming in. And then Gavin Hunt started bringing up Happy Mashiane into the game. I forgot who else he brought in as well. Because
Castro. He brought in Castro for
Castro as well. And I heard that he only trained once this week. So he had to come in and change the game as well. And he replaced Kambole, I think.
Kambole, yeah.
Yeah, he replaced Kambole. And I could see the difference between the first half and the second half, and how much cohesion there was with the introduction of Blom and Mashiane coming into play. And I was like, finally, now we can play ball. And Maritzburg were like pushed back, and you could see they were running out of ideas as well. So that's what I'm happy about. But a little thing that concerns me, Mish, is that I worry about Parker and his selfishness. I don't think a lot of people see that. But Parker, before we scored those two goals, Parker did not pass the ball to Billiard, and Billiard was in a good position to score. And the defenders of Maritzburg were pushing Parker aside because they knew if he's going to shoot, he's going to shoot wide. And that's what worries me. We've been seeing this consistently last season as well. So I don't know if maybe they're going to rectify that matter.
Yeah, I think it's something. I mean, it wasn't like, as much as he didn't pass to Vida, there was still an effort, he tried, he hit the bar twice, I think it was, twice or three times, and there were a few other chances that he missed. So he was a workhorse today. Bernard Parker was a workhorse. I'm not going to deny that also. He ran his heart out all over the pitch. He did make a few good passes here and there. But well, let's also talk about how important those changes were. Who impressed you today, from the substitutions? Who impressed you the most?
I won't lie to you. Like I mentioned earlier, would be Blom, because we could see a difference in midfield and how we were moving forward as well. And also Mashiane slowly coming in. You could see going forward, he was causing the backline of Maritzburg problems as well. And and also another thing that I took notice of in the second half, Parker was a different player from the first half. So he had more energy. And I think with Gavin Hunt being in the dressing room, telling them, look, you can't be playing like this, and literally just chowing them off. I think that's where we saw, okay, Parker can really play. But overall, I'm happy with the result. It's just that first half is a worry, and I'm hoping we don't repeat that on next Sunday against Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough game. With there were like a few different, I don't want to say different, but a few changes in terms of how Middendorf used to start his side. We saw We saw Rama starting, in centre back this time with Cardozo, and we saw who's this Kune also came back into the side. There's no Akpe. What do you think of their game? They, obviously this is their chance to shine now, to prove to Gavin Hunt that they're worthy of a spot, in the Kaizer Chiefs side. What did you think of Kune's game and Rama and all these guys who came back into the side?
For Kune, I don't think, seeing how the game went, first half he was pressured a lot because of the defense kind of going up on the pitch, like I mentioned earlier, and he had to make those little saves that were out there. But second half, he wasn't troubled that much. So I'd say he played well. He played okay. I can't say overall he made saves, but in terms of the gameplay, Mpahele held himself together. I think second half, that's where we saw, okay, defense was tightening up. Everyone was defending at crucial moments where last season we never saw that. We'd easily just get a goal. And that's what I'm happy about as well, because I think Coach Hunt has literally seen that and he's like, we can't afford to have those mistakes. Yes, we don't have the recruitment players to bring them in, but we need to fix up that area, specifically defense, which I saw, and I'm truly happy about that. Pahele played well. Like I mentioned on Twitter, he put Musiamedi in his pocket. I did not see I did not see him like bully us. But yeah, I'm pleased with the performance of our defense. Cardoso, second half, I'd say controlled the game as well. Yeah, so that the only thing I could say positive about the game is the second half. But the first half, I'm not going to comment further about that as well. I've already said my part. And yeah, if I go back to the first half, I'm not going to be a happy person.
Sure. And coming up to, I'm thinking about our striking. We are lacking. We're relying on Bernard Parker to take shots. We're relying on Kama. And Castro obviously he was playing more of a hold-up play. He was holding up the ball and then passing him on. So he's not really striking that much. Kambule didn't impress in the first half, and maybe he didn't get enough service, or he wasn't making the runs that he needed. Against Sundowns, we're going to need someone because Nukovic is still going to be out. He still had surgery. He's still out from surgery. Castro, I don't know how fit he's going to be in 1 week. Is it time now to concede that Kambule is really not Kaizer Chiefs material?
I'd say it's very difficult because I really want to see more of Kambule under Gavin Hunt, and then that's where I could really decide. Okay, Kambule I want to see for myself with Gavin Hunt how he's going to play. Already we've seen him in the first game, which is the MTN8. Yes, he didn't play so well. Maybe it's the supply that he didn't get from our players. So, because, like I mentioned earlier, Agay and Bacchus were not on. They were just not on. But Nobo was the one that was more livelier. But I want to first see in a couple of games how Kambole is going to fare under Coach Gavin Hunt's tactics. In terms of striking force, we're lacking our best striker being not Castro. I was going to say being Nurkovic. But Castro, I've got faith in. I'm hoping to see I'm just wondering, is what's this player's name? Nchangase.
Yes.
Is Dash a part of Gavin Hunt's team, because we don't know if he's happy with the style of play he has or not. So I'm hoping to see him come back, and maybe Gavin Hunt has a shoulder over him and saying, boy, I know you've played well. I've seen you play well. Let's reignite that fire back into you, because you are that player we really want, So yeah, let's hope something happens. Players that I've mentioned, especially Kambole and Ash.
Yeah, man. Perfect. And so now coming up to Sundowns, are we ready for the game from seeing what you saw? Was there a lot of work to be done, obviously?
There's still a lot of work to be done. You must remember, this is Coach Gavin Hunt's first game, no preseason, eh? I don't recall Chiefs playing in any preseason match yet. So this is his first competitive fixture. So I want to see how things go next week. If I'm not going to say if we, I want a result actually, because I want us to react from last season, from us losing the title to those guys in Marabastad. Those people, they've been making a noise over a month.
So much noise, and now they have like 3 coaches. They've got these 3 coaches. I don't know.
And they don't know what role they're going to be playing. So good for us, because you never know if Steve is going to be like, okay, let's change the game a little bit, and it could hurt them in the end. Because you know how Steve, another thing about Steve, right? Steve came in after Baxter, like in 2015-16 season.
Yeah.
Right? And he slowly but surely changed the way Chiefs used to play. Irrespective of whether Tefu was left or Masango left, he changed that setup. Is he going to do the same thing with Mamelodi Sundowns? Because if he does that, then it gives us a chance of winning. What's stopping us from winning?
You're watching Amakosi for Live. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel below. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Amakosi for Live, and give us a like on Facebook.